Welcome to Sephora.
I'm looking for a perfume that's not too perfumey.
I got you.
Serum moisturizer or moisturizer serum.
Let's get into layering.
My concealer is making me look worse?
Sounds like the wrong shade. Let's get you matched.
There's only one store that really gets what you're going for. Get beauty from people who get beauty. Only at Sephora.
Hi, Let's get you a basket.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
What is going on, everybody? Ryan Leary, William Tincup here with the BARF. It is a look back at the week that was so you can prepare for the week that is. I'm going to be honest, I kind of forgot what I was saying there.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. But you did well.
Not
you
sure what I was going to say, but I said it. I got it out.
I think you did fine.
How's your weekend been?
It's been good. We went down to College Station and they did a fish review. That was their after Hell Week. So kind of a big deal. Now Henry started classes and it's all good. Yeah. First day of college.
You
Different
officially have
a
kid in college.
Officially. It is interesting because we spent a lot of time on campus. So I think it was eye-opening on a lot of levels. And because he was small private school. 83 kids in a senior class. So, okay. This is different.
Yeah. So the question is, how scared are you how scared are you about how he's going to be? Because you know how you were.
Well, the 80s were a promiscuous area. So he can, I don't, even if
is
you
that
try.
Your justification?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it's just, it was, dude, I mean, it was what it was.
It was the 80s.
Dude, cocaine and free love. So I think the thing is like he can never do more damage than I did in that era. Like that can't happen because that's not his generation, I guess is the point.
Right.
Your kids, my kids, they're not growing up that way, which is good.
They're going to save the earth. We destroyed the earth.
100%. Thank God for him. Let him save it. But it's different. I mean, he's now, I think, coming from a small school going to a much larger school. Why I'm not scared, not just about the 80s stuff, is because of the core. He's in an all-male company, all-male unit with about 80 guys. So
they're going to keep him in line.
Sorry, yes, sir. Yes, they will.
Sorry, yes, sir.
So they will.
I think that's how I'm going to address you from now on, sir.
Oh man, it's intense.
So next time I come down, is he going to say, "Call me sir"? Is that how he's going to address me?
100%. Oh, he
might.
He already had all those that stuff. Him and Van were taught all that stuff, but it's like he can stand at attention now. Mm-hmm. Like it's a different bit when he stands at attention.
Right.
And when they at ease, like he's learning how to do all of that stuff. He's signing his Army contract on the 30th. So
nice.
It's a ceremony. It's a big thing. So yeah, we're gonna go down.
He's still got a couple days.
Oh no, he's in. they've had two. They call them punch out. What we used to call wash out. They've had two kids punch out and stay at A&M, which is insane because you see people walking around in uniforms all the time.
Right.
I mean, there's like 5,000 people in the Corps.
Right.
So you're going to be in a class with somebody in a uniform.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you can't leave.
You will be reminded that you bailed every single day.
No matter what you do, you will be reminded of your failure. It's like that's the moment. Like, if you didn't know what you were getting into,
Yeah.
like, that's insane. Like,
Yeah.
he grew up with me, so I'm not worried about cursing, like, because they
Yeah.
curse. You know, not shocking, not shocking. They're all men, and they're just yelling at each other and cursing at each other. So, like that, because he's had that training from me. Not worried.
I like how you present. He's had that training from me.
It's like, I never stopped when they were babies. I've never stopped cursing. I'm just like, Michael tried at one point. She's like, will you just curse less? I'm like, yeah, fuck no.
Yeah, no.
Not going to happen. I'm just going to be me. And the yelling, when I get upset, and I speak very directly to Henry and Van, I'm in their face. Like,
right.
I'm not like across the hallway or some shit like that. So
yeah,
he's not going like that stuff.
He's good. He's ready.
He's normalized. Like, none of that shit is going to phase him. It's the
nice.
they have to
see what happens.
They have to greet when they go out of their room. Their room's called a hole. When they go out into the room and they're in the hallway, they have to greet every upperclassman. So, and when they walk on the quad, the cores area, they have to greet every upperclassman. So that becomes a bit, so they get to know each other. But it's, it's an interesting bit. So
it is a journey we will follow
in uniform every day. So,
hey, God bless them.
God bless them.
All right.
So we'll see.
What do we got this week? We have some good stuff to talk about.
We had some great stuff to talk about. Let me throw this first one at you. Eric Schmidt, the former Google CEO and chairman, thinks the search and AI giant is falling behind due to work from home policies. So this is reported everywhere. Actually, you can't go anywhere where this wasn't reported. So the New York Post, I read it there, and it's laughable. Yeah. Okay. And so, of course, now Google's not a new company, right? They've been around for 20 plus years. So can we kind of say, okay, boomer to Google? Mm-hmm. It's kind of a boomerish thing to say. It feels weird. And through the week, he tried to walk back his comments. Mm-hmm. So he said it, and I believe that's his true feelings. But I believe he then now
someone got to him and said, "Dude, relax."
Immediately, hey, don't do this. Right. Don't make it about work from home or RTO or stuff like that.
It sounds funny that Google's falling behind in work from home. It's like either you're there or you're not. You can't kind of fall behind.
And again, it's not. This isn't a startup.
No.
So
no longer a startup.
No longer a startup. So anyhow,
it's getting caught as well.
But think about all the stuff that's going on peripherally about how Amazon's building a search engine.
Yeah.
How everyone else is building an AI search, and OpenAI is building a search. Everybody's building a search engine, which no one was building a search engine for the last 15, 20 years because of Google's dominance.
Yeah, well, it's interesting you say that. There's been a number of articles and commentary on obviously them being monopoly.
Yeah,
so on and so forth.
Break them up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So but the way you say that, where you say, okay, all these companies they weren't developing search engines, but now they are. What they have done though over the last 20 years they've built a loyal fan base.
Agreed.
Right. So Amazon doesn't need Google to do shit. They have their fan base. They have their loyal customers.
Agreed.
If Amazon creates something, I'm at least going to give it enough time to try it.
Oh, 100%.
I may not love it, but I'm going to try it, and then eventually it's gonna grow on me. Like, look at DuckDuckGo. Like, they've been in this game for a long time.
Yep.
Now look at them, right? It's not a matter of Google's not the only player, and I think all these other companies built their fan bases, and now they can, with AI and all that, they can now grow that.
I mean, nobody feels sorry for Google or Alphabet. I think it's the contextualizing and using AI. Yeah. Okay, so the search that we grew up with was link based. You'd create something on a website, it would then index it. Okay, well, if you're in ChatGPT, And in time, maybe not right now, but in time, you can just search there. So instead of going out of application to find the results that you want to find in application,
Right.
whether or not that's in Microsoft Copilot or any of the models that are out there, that's what's really interesting. I think what will become really interesting for Google is how do they reclaim those folks?
Yeah.
And
it may not be a game of reclaiming them, though. It could be a game of just something different. I don't know if they necessarily need to reclaim them. They just, I think
it isn't going to be a link-based search.
No,
so
no, 100%. No, it's not.
So either they build their own, which I'm sure they are, and if
of
not,
course,
yeah, okay. So there's that, or they aggregate everyone's and index it that way.
Are you tired of talent and HR podcasts that sound like corporate training videos? Same. Talentless is the no-fluff show about hiring, leadership, culture, and what's actually going on in the world of work. Talentless is a podcast for recruiters by recruiters. Hosted by Desiree Goldie and Ashley King, they're smart, occasionally salty, and never afraid to say what everyone else is thinking. Listen wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe at talentlesspodcast.com.
I've got a story later I want to share, and I'm gonna play by the rules and not jump ahead.
No worries.
Talks about Gemini.
Eric Schmidt.
Yeah.
Done.
Anyhow, all right. So Massachusetts enacts a new law where salary ranges are now required in most job postings, we'll say, throughout Massachusetts. So any company with more than 25 employees has to disclose the salary range in the job posting.
That's great.
Fantastic, right? So someone who's listening,
following New York, and
and so someone who's listening who doesn't follow this stuff for fun like we do, would potentially say, "Oh, what's the big deal? Like it's just the salary range. Okay, so now you know what the salary range is." But what that's doing is it's promoting equitable workplaces, right? It's reducing the pay gap. It's preventing people from being paid $5 an hour as opposed to $50 an hour for the same job.
Right.
It's everything is it's transparency, and so this is actually a pretty big deal. And I forget how many states have it now, 15 or something like that.
Well,
but
I believe Indeed will, if you don't have a salary range, it will put one in it for you.
Based on what it's finding from others, right?
Indeed knows salary data like nobody's business.
Sure.
So I think again, it's going to be like, there is, as you said, it's enacted in law in several states. Massachusetts is wonderful. New York's law is wonderful as well. So it's kind of like saying, hey, you need to do this. You can't just You can't just leave it open and let the person guess is it a $20 job or an $18 job or whatever. But Indeed is doing it for them whether or not they like it or not.
Regardless, right. Now, it's not even the purpose here is to prevent huge pay gaps and have equal pay. But it makes the entire process
in theory. But go ahead.
In theory, right. In theory. Right. But it makes the entire process so much easier as a recruiter. When I was recruiting on a desk.
Oh yeah.
The one of the biggest pains was somebody saying, "What's the salary range?" Right? It's like you play the game. You're like,
how much can I
can get this guy for $20 as opposed to $19.
Yeah, no.
And now the recruiter's put in that position.
Yeah,
and it's a really awkward position, regardless of how well you are with words.
Right.
To navigate out of that. It's just not something that a recruiter should be doing. They should be discussing the opportunity. And so this is getting us more along those lines. Anyhow, congrats to Massachusetts for doing what they do.
All right, so this is news-ish, but something I want to make sure that we talk about. Scale the way that you work with freelance workforce with Fiverr Enterprise. So Fiverr has, if we haven't paid attention, I know we've talked about Upwork at one point, having an enterprise solution. I don't think we've talked about Fiverr. So, if you're struggling with return to office, you could look at these historically freelance websites as a way to augment your staff. It's not; these aren't just logo designers and stuff like that. Like this has everybody now, and they handle all the end-to-end employment like a staffing agency would. So it's a kind of a different way to look at your workforce and your kind of a portfolio of talent. If you're having difficulty bringing them back to the office, and that's a thing, well, maybe you don't need to. You just work with them differently. So it's at enterprise.fiverr.com. Take a look at it.
Yeah.
Again, not new news. It's just something to think about, like these historically freelance marketplaces, and now interacting with the business with HR and talent acquisition.
Yeah, I've enjoyed their journey. I really have. Them
too.
and Upwork both. I know there's others, but those are the two that we all grew up with. Just following from getting literally something for $5 and now saying, yeah, it's okay to pay $500 on there. Right. They've grown. I don't know if they've changed their name, but they've grown from just the small little freelance gig worker to actually getting into the enterprise, which is a really cool thing.
Good move.
All right. This is a cool one. I say cool.
Okay.
This is a good one. Cool.
Okay.
It's bad. It's actually pretty bad. But DHS, Department of Homeland Security, agrees to pay $45 million to settle allegations it forced pregnant workers into pay-limited positions. Now, I know we always say, they just agreed to settle. This is wrong. Like,
where there's smoke, there's fire.
You don't pay $45 million to settle something that, you didn't really do, but you know what? Let's just swipe it under the rug. Anyway, this is on Bloomberg Law. So this is really interesting. So what they did was they violated Pregnancy Discrimination Act, the Pregnancy Discrimination Act, by placing pregnant officers and agricultural specialists on light duty without allowing them to choose to remain in regular roles, which prevented them from working overtime, working on Sundays, getting double time pay, things like that. So this case is a long time coming. This is from 2016 that the EEOC filed this case, but I think this is a big one. It covers about 1,000 people.
$45 million
that originally were part of this, but it's wrong, right? 100% wrong.
It's Ryan. It comes down to consent. If you have a pregnant worker and you kind of you relegate them into a route without their consent, then that's just shitty. But if you work with a pregnant worker and you say, hey, listen, do you want to stay in your current job and do these other things? Like, you tell us.
Well, the environment they created was you're pregnant. You're going to come over here. You're still going to work. We're going to and I
borderline
not
toxic.
Justifying this, but I was talking to my neighbor about this actually the other day when I saw this because she's pregnant, and I was like, "What are your thoughts on this?" And he go, "Well, you know what? Some people think that they're doing good by offering or saying, hey, don't worry about this.
Right.
You can do this, relax, and all
Best
of that.
Best intentions.
Best intentions. I don't know that this is it or not. Mary, we're not part of this. But ultimately what happened was they lost a lot of money because they weren't working overtime, these people.
And think about the morale. Think about not just the money. I mean, the money is the money. But think about if you were that person and you got relegated to the bench or you got relegated to whatever it was without your consent. And again, easily all the stuff with this particular case, this could all be avoided.
It'll be avoided next time because $45 million ain't.
Good point. Good point. It's an unfair, and in tennis they call it an unforced error.
Yeah,
you did this yourself, and you paid. So
or it was forced by stupidity.
All right, let me give you one. How Bank of America ignores its own rules meant to prevent dangerous workloads. A death sparks outcry about all-nighters and 100-hour work weeks that grind down young investment bankers. This was in the Wall Street Journal, so like legit. So, turns out work's going to kill you. Oh, too soon. Maybe feels too soon. Anyhow, this is an old work model. When I went to business school 100 years ago, probably a third of my class went into investment banking, and it wasn't 100-hour work weeks. It was 120-hour work weeks, and all-nighters were norm. Like that was the gig. That's what you signed. You went to Wall Street. That was your deal. 7, 8 years, get to a certain level. Maybe there's less hours, but that's the game. But these are people also, let's not feel sorry for investment bankers. These are the people getting 20, 30, $50 million bonuses in December. So
there was one I saw the other day. The salary was like 200. It was like 200 for the salary, but the sign-on bonus was 9.9. I was like, yeah, well, there you go. I'm sure they've earned it.
Side note: the gentleman that just took the CEO and chairman job at Starbucks got a $171 million signing bonus.
Jesus,
we're in the wrong line of work. Anyhow, B of A. On the investment bank side.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? I'm still on the 107.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I'm telling you, I looked at his career. Guy has the Midas touch. Everything he's touched has been fantastic. So they had another CEO. Starbucks had another CEO, a year and a half, didn't make it. They're bringing in this guy, Midas touch, to turn around Starbucks.
What does that check look like? Like, what do? You just wake up on a Friday morning, oh, honey, we got paid.
My wife would just take it from me. So,
171
million. Let me tell you how it would happen in the Tin Cup house. My wife would see that check and she'd go, okay, all righty. Anywho, get back to work.
Yeah.
The Bank of it's young. They're taking advantage of, in this particular instance, they're taking advantage of interns and new employees, younger in their career, and they're just saying, work.
Right.
And I don't think, no matter how much bad press you're going to throw at them, even a death, sorry, rest in peace to that person, I don't think it's going to stop, because that's how they came up. Now, I believe with AI and all the investments that are being sunk into AI and investments and managing portfolios and all this crazy tech that's being invested in, we might not have investment bankers for much longer. It might be all managed by AI. So we might not have this. My point is this is very much a construct of how Wall Street has always operated. And with AI, they might not.
It's a temporary death sentence, but soon they'll be out.
Yeah. You and I are going to live long enough to hear about people complaining in the banking industry about how they wish they could work 100 hours a week.
Yeah, wow.
When your investors, customers, and workers demand more from your business, make it happen with SAP. The AI-powered capabilities of SAP can help you streamline costs, connect with new suppliers, and manage payroll, even when your business is being pulled in different directions. To deliver a quality product at a fair price, while paying your people what they're worth too, so your business can stay unfazed. Learn more at sap.com/uncertainty.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan. $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Not me.
Because AI's not going to get a $20 million bonus in December.
No, that'd be pretty awesome though if it did. All right. So this is a story. It could be in research, but I'm going to pump it up here because I wanted to talk about it while I still had some energy.
As you should.
Women rise to 5-year high in CFO appointments. So found this on HR Dive. And so I'll just read some of the stats here. So of 163 CFOs that were appointed in the first 6 months of the year, 44 are women. So that's a 33% increase over last year, the same amount, the first 6 months last year.
Right.
The tech industry in particular has made large strides in gender diversity, with 38% of incoming tech CFOs being women.
Okay.
Which is really good to hear. So CFO turnover, however, has spiked.
All right.
8.9%, or just about 9% in the first
That's interesting.
half of the year.
I'd like to know what's driving that. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, so the article talks about this is interesting. If you guys want to read it, it'll be in the link somewhere. So the article talks about the fact that tech companies aren't doing so well right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to do a lot with AI and a lot to do with like return to office and things like that, where it's just not producing. And
Right.
so the CFOs are taking the brunt of that, bad performance.
I can see
And and they're turning over and they're being reappointed with people.
So this is where that,
Hi, this is Stacey Harris.
And this is Terry Zipper, and we're the host of the two podcasts under the HR Huddle.
On Spilling the Tea on HR Tech, we uncover the latest trends, truths, and challenges from Sapient Insight Group's groundbreaking research and our analyst insights, serving up everything you need to know about HR tech with no sugarcoating.
And on HR We Have a Problem, we tackle the toughest workplace challenges head on, offering you expert advice and actionable solutions to help HR leaders thrive in today's fast-changing world. Whether you want the scoop on tech or tools to solve people problems, we've got you covered.
Take a listen and subscribe. If you want to become part of our community, we'd love to see you.
What stats, damn stats, whatever that quote is. So when you do the math, 163 were appointed. Of that, 44 were female. That's ish. We're around. That's a fourth. No, yeah, it's about a fourth. 40 on 16, right? Okay. So, and that's a 33% gain from the previous year, which means 30 where it would have been only out of the 163.
Yeah.
So when will this be 80 of the 163?
I think a lot sooner than we think.
Okay.
I think the next two to 3 years, we're going to see something very close to being 50-50.
I hope you're right.
And I think if Kamala wins the election, I think it's going to be much quicker than that.
Have you noticed how Trump calls her Camilla?
Yeah. But she's very beautiful.
Yeah, she's very beautiful.
Idiots.
She's very beautiful. Camilla.
Very beautiful, but I'm better looking.
Could you just pronounce the person's name? Anyhow, let me pitch you this one. Walmart adds employee bonuses for hourly U.S. workers. Ha ha! Ha ha! This is on MSN.com. And bonuses rewards great work, customer service, and also celebrates long-term associates who build a career. I think it's genius. First of all, I think it's just genius on so many levels. But the idea that, okay, now we're not just competing with Target and all these other kind of brick and mortar retailers. We're going to bonus you. Yeah, you got an hourly wage, but we're going to treat you like a salaried employee.
Yeah.
The more people that fill out the little cards and say you're a good employee, the more performance, the stuff that you do, adding value, the longer you stay, we're going to give you bonuses. That's just retention. I think it's genius and good for them for acknowledging that.
Yeah.
And then putting putting these things into practice. So I think you and I are going to see more of these stories. We're going to see
100%. I think we're going to see
Chipotle. We're going to see it. We're going to see
the big box, yeah. And I like this for all the reasons you said.
Right.
But I also like it for the morale of the actual employee.
Oh, good
and when you look at if I worked at Walmart and it wasn't a corporate position,
right,
and I just worked in a store,
right,
and there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, it's a job, and this is what you do. But if somebody were to say to me, hey, where do you work? I'd say Walmart because I do, but I probably, because of how I grew up and jobs that I've had and where I wouldn't be like, oh, I work at Walmart in the produce section. Like, it wouldn't be exciting for me.
Right.
It wouldn't be. But if the company is putting an emphasis on employees and bonusing employees and treating them as if they are the accountant
employees
or engineer behind the scenes, that's a different game. And I think we will see 100%, probably more, 300, whatever, change in the way employees treat people. I look at Disney like this.
Yeah, good point.
You can't walk in the Disney World anywhere, or even a Disney store at the mall.
Right.
And although I know they're different companies, but you can't walk into a Disney World or Disney Cruise or Land or anything.
They're on you.
And get a bad attitude.
No, they're on you.
It's very hard to find an employee with a bad attitude.
Crew member? What do they call them?
Cast members.
Cast member.
Yeah, they're proud to be a cast member. And I think this is what's going to happen with companies doing this. So, all right. Oh boy. So I always try to find that
you
one.
Like bringing up discrimination suits, man. There's something
I always try to find that one that's like, why?
Okay.
Well, here it is, right? Okay. So if anything's going to go viral from this episode, if anybody wants to, this is the one. I'm not saying your stuff isn't important.
No,
I'm just saying this one takes the cake for fucking stupidity. So,
Stupid Criminals 101.
I'm going to read some of this because I want to get it right. National Telecommuting Institute settles discrimination suit for $1.25 million. So, not a massive $45 million. Got it.
Well, to them, an institute probably isn't. Yeah, but to them, it probably is a lot of money.
It should have been like $45 million because they're fucking idiots. So, all right, in 2023, the EEOC brought a suit against NTI.
Mm-hmm.
Let me start by explaining what NTI is. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
A nonprofit disability organization dedicated to advocating and supporting the employment goals of the disability community and their family caregivers. Now,
Makes
I read
sense.
that's a direct line from who they are on their website.
Right.
Okay. The lawsuit. Federal agency charges staffing firm refused to refer blind and low vision applicants and denied disability accommodations. So,
okay.
Let me get this. You're a nonprofit for those with disabilities,
right?
But you refuse to refer applicants through your agency that have a disability. It makes no sense. So when NTI became aware that applicants for placement used accessibility technology, such as like screen readers, and we have experience with this stuff, right? Screen readers that convert computer text to speech. NTI told those applicants that no positions were available that could accommodate the software.
In their or place of business or in other places of business?
For their clients where they're placing people.
That's insane.
This is all you do. Like, this is literally all they do is placements like this. So anyhow, the EEOC alleges that as a general practice, NTI then filed or refused to place or refer the applicants for employment. The EEOC's complaint also alleges that NTI denied blind and low vision applicants access to placement services by failing to provide reasonable accommodations for participants in the pre-employment application process. So I wanted to read that, so I got it right.
Absolutely shameful.
Makes no sense to me. So this takes, if we had an award for stupidity news of the week, this is it right here.
I love the stupid criminals of the week bits that shows do.
We should do that and get some audio and be like, asshole of the week, something. Like, it just, like, whatever.
It reminds me of this guy in Florida bringing in an alligator into a liquor store. And he's got like, it's it's not a big alligator. It's like a 5-foot alligator, but it's an alligator. It's a live alligator. He's carrying it to get a case of beer.
Yeah,
and so he gets caught, gets jammed up, and he's like talking on camera. He's like, well, I just brought it to the liquor store.
I was taking it for a walk. So we booked an excursion for the upcoming cruise.
Yeah.
And it's a fan boat ride, or airboat ride through the Everglades.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
The girls are just not having it. They're watching videos of tipped over airboats and airboats that are sinking in the Everglades, which happens a little more often than I expected.
Yeah. It's not the alligators, it's the anacondas and the pythons that you really need to
let's just switch topics, because I mean, like, for real. Anyhow, NTI, I don't know, man.
Hey, by the way, those are things that are loud. Make sure you have all kinds of ear gear. They're loud. Like decibel level. Like you're sitting in front of a big giant fan. Not shocking. So Colorado became the first state to pass legislation governing the use of AI, protecting consumers against algorithmic discrimination. This is on legislature.colorado.gov. So LEG, colorado.org or .gov. So that's their legislature. It's passed. So it passed in May, goes into effect. But basically, any employer doing business in the state of Colorado with more than 50 employees will have specific obligations when AI is a factor in the decision-making processes that affect personnel, which is basically everything. This is just pre-hire. And by the way, notice the phraseology. Doing business in the state of Colorado.
Right.
You don't have to be headquartered in Colorado.
Doing business.
You're doing business. So it goes.
That's
it takes
pretty much any company that's online.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it'll take effect February 1st, 2026. So it gives people enough time to kind of undo things that are there. And I believe that we're going to see other states follow this. And I also think the federal government's going to follow this.
Yeah.
So coming to a theater near you.
But
the way that they phrased it, I actually went back and looked at the bill, and it's not just consumers. It talks about consumers, and it talks about employees being consumers of work in a way. And so that algorithmic discrimination, we're going to see a bunch of that type of legislation.
Yeah.
So,
I'm noticing a theme here.
Go Colorado.
Your stories are slightly more positive than mine this week. I don't know, whatever. It is what it is.
Odd.
But it's time to talk money, right? So
let's do it.
Let's talk some acquisitions.
What we got?
Payoneer buying global payroll startup Squad for $61 million. I'm saying that right? Right? Squad?
Yep, you are.
Yeah, that's a cool way to spell it. SKUAD. So this is a quick, swift exit for these guys. They launched in 2019. They're SMB focused. They operate they help SMBs that operate internationally, with payroll, remote onboarding. So all in all, this is just the initial buy is $61 million. They could end up paying $81 million based on performance goals and continued employment of key personnel. So $10 million for each. So total could get up to about $81 million. That's not a bad take from a company that just founded in 2019.
And what I read is it's cash.
It is cash. You're right.
It is cash. So I like that. The people are all moving over. So Payoneer has about 2,100 employees. Squad has about 200 employees. So they're all moving over as a part of the acquisitions.
Right.
And good for them. And it was a successful exit. I mean, 5 years into the bit, they got up to 200 employees. And again, cash exit. Yeah.
Can't beat that.
I like all that. So good for them. All right, let me give you one. Corbett acquires NFS Technology to strengthen company's position as the leading global workforce experience platform. This is on Business Wire. You go put in Corbett. That's KORBYT. I've been following Corbett for a while, and they're killing it. It's not a household name yet, but it will be if they keep doing acquisitions like this. And EX, that workforce experience, employee experience, is critical to everything in HR, from candidates through employees through alumni. So good for them. Solid acquisition. The standard, Brian, to acquire.
Standard. I love that name.
I do too. I've always loved that name.
It's just the standard.
How can that suck if it's the standard?
It's very, very authoritative. It's like the standard.
Awesome. It is just awesome. Oh, okay, well, I guess it can't suck. So the standard to acquire all states' employer voluntary benefits business for $2 billion.
That's chump change.
That's a B. Yeah, it is to them. Good point. Good. Yeah, good for both, in my opinion. This I found on the standard, so they have a press release about all of it. I think it's good for both businesses because it gets all state to focus on what they're really great at, and it's a solid pickup for the standard. And so it also shows their intent of going deeper into that area. So this is one of those deals where you kind of trade. We've gotten to a point where we're not good with this, but you're really good with that. Great. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
So I would assume that a lot of these people know each other,
probably,
especially in the that's a small world.
Yeah.
I just can't help but think that at one point someone looked at the business unit and said, you know what?
Yeah.
We can't grow this.
This happened around a dinner. The guy's like, you know what?
Yeah.
We're
smoking
failing.
cigars.
We suck at this. What's it going to cost to bring you in and get this thing done? That's how it works.
$2 billion. Give me another
round.
check,
baby. Cut me a check.
Yeah.
All
I think the same way, by the way.
Yeah. I'll walk away. Just cut me a check. SDS Works buys Italian HR and payroll F2A. Found this on Unleash. So terms were, I know you had this one as well. Terms were undisclosed. What's interesting here is that F2A was previously acquired by Artium.
Yep.
$166 billion in assets. So SDS Works is, for those that don't know, is an end-to-end HR payroll partner. I feel like we're heavy on payroll and this week for some reason. So anyway, this is a European company which is using the acquisition as a way to expand. This is an expansion, expanding their footprint. It's Italian-based. F2A is, I have a problem saying that, is Italian-based with more than 6,000 customers. And so they've got some thoughts on this as well.
They're the ADP of Italy.
Yeah.
So SD Works, by the way, Works is with an X at the end
with
of it.
With an X.
They've been doing some killer work for a long time. It's good for them, and it shows their intent because they really have been UK-based and a little continental Europe. But it shows their intent of going deeper into all of that area.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like the pickup. And again, good for everybody. Good for F2A to have that type of exit. We don't know what the terms were, but it wasn't cheap. I can tell you that. So good for them. Good for them. Yeah, solid. Ryan, do you remember Summer?
I do remember Summer. I fell in love with them when we spoke with Will, yeah.
So Summer, student loan benefit provider, accelerates its growth with the asset acquisition of Vault, a financial wellness innovator. And you can find this on meetsummer.com. That's their website. So they raised $9 million in April, and now we know where some of it went of that $9 million, right? Unless they did it as a stock transaction, it wasn't.
It says it was all cash.
It does say it was all cash.
All cash deal, but terms not disclosed.
Okay. Well then, so we're now where we definitely know where some of the money went. But we podcasted with Will and loved him. Good company, cool company. So good for them.
Yeah, this is one I really like. Summer. I mean, we liked everything. We liked Will. We liked everything that he showed us. But employers consider educational assistance as like a key benefit right now,
right,
for recruiting and retaining talent. So anyhow, this is fantastic. What the thing they mentioned there is that the acquisition tripled its customer base. So
oh wow,
That's pretty good. And they're Austin based. That's not too far from you, right?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah. Keeping it weird down there is what I hear.
As they shall. Are we on to research the R?
We are.
Let's do it. Ronstad's 2024 Talent Insights report. What do workers really want? Good God.
More time off.
That. Yeah. If you can answer that. So EVP, talk a lot about because it's a branding report. Talk EVP. And here are some of the numbers. Attractive salary, number one most desirable trait in the EVP. Equity enters the top 5 preferences for the first time. So that's interesting. 2% increase in job changes over the latter half of 2023. Almost 50% of the workers now work remotely, at least part-time, up from 42% in 2023. So it kind of reaffirms what we know. People want to get paid, shocking, and they want to work how they want to work.
Yeah.
So cool report. It's behind a paywall, not a paywall, form. So go fill out the form, get the report, take a look at it. It's cool.
Yeah, my question here is, do we consider, or at some point soon, do we consider work from home versus work from anywhere a different thing? Is that different?
I think companies are already laying down that foundation that yes, there's office and then there's work from anywhere.
Yeah.
Home is a part of anywhere. So you can work from the beach, you can work from whatever, but you're either working in the office or from not the office, I guess, if you want to make the
Yeah. I mean, that seems more simple, but I kind of feel like, do you need a base, right? Like you work from home. Okay, so I'm in the home office. I can go work from a kayak. It's totally fine. Like I can figure it out. I can work from a park bench.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that. It's a debate in my own head.
Yeah, no, but it questions the value of working in an office.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's questioning. Again, had we not had the pandemic, we wouldn't have any of these questions, or at least they'd be really, really tiny conversations. Now it's a part of every conversation. Executives are trying to figure out, okay, is this a critical part of what we do and how we do it? It doesn't mean that you have to be in the box. And if the answer to that is yes, then you do everything you can to get people to the office. If the answer is no, we're talking about people work wherever the hell they want to work. Again, including the office.
Right.
So I think people, again, I don't think there's an easy answer. I think company by company, looking at your values, looking at who you serve and how you serve them, it's multidimensional and it's complex.
We'll figure it out.
There's no easy answers. So God love it.
We shall figure it out. Okay. Millennial and Gen Z workers communicate differently. Newsflash.
Indeed they do.
Like, did you not know that? Like, I do that, right? Duh, right?
Yep.
So anyway, this is actually a really good read. I read this a couple of weeks ago. I bookmarked it. Never did anything with it. Forgot to talk about it last week, so I wanted to bring it up. But it's true. Millennials and Gen Z, they do communicate differently. So this is a small bit of research that was posted on Fast Company. It talks about the different communication styles and the breakdown in the office that can happen if it's not addressed properly. So most of this is common sense, but I did take a couple of notes. And so I want to kind of throw this out at you and get your reaction. So a couple things. There is common ground. Transparency and honesty is the mutual ground between both generations.
Full stop.
Yeah, kind of makes sense, right?
Full stop. Does Gen X and Boomers not care about transparency and honesty?
Probably not.
You don't think they? Seriously?
No, of course they do. I think it's
Okay.
an every generation thing. This
Right.
is why, like, I think a lot of these surveys are stupid. But I thought it was, I don't know.
Okay.
It was an interesting read when you read the full
No,
article.
I got you. I was starting with transparency and honesty. I'm trying to figure out the people, especially the generation that said, "Nah, I don't really care about that."
I'd rather
Honestly,
be lied to, and I don't want to
yeah.
hear it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
All right, so here's the big takeaway. I think part of me included this in the research because I feel like some surveys that are done where they spend money and pay someone to do this stuff, just kind of blows my mind that someone's getting paid to actually do this.
Yeah.
Millennials prefer, drum roll please, meaningful, purposeful conversations, while Gen Z values feeling included and respected. Gen Z favors instant messaging over phone calls, while millennials prefer more traditional communication methods like phone calls and conversation. That's the big finding. You feel smarter now?
It sounds like Gen Zs are becoming Gen X. Like it just seemed, you know what I'm saying? Like when we first started talking about millennials, it was their attention span was smaller. And you're going to have to get there faster, and emails a little bit boomerish and stuff like that. Like when we now come back and say, well, millennials want to talk on the phone, they want to get on Zoom, they want to do things.
They want the emails. Yeah,
it kind of sounds like they're becoming their parents.
Yeah.
I love that. Is that Geico? Whoever's commercial that is about you're becoming your parents.
You're becoming your parents. Yeah.
It just.
Yeah,
I think the thing with Gen Z that's particularly interesting as it relates to this is the way they've changed language. Like Van and Henry were explaining all the different words and what they mean and how they use them, and it is a different language.
Oh, I totally got the. I don't how. Where's the 13-year-olds at? What's their?
Oh no, they're still Gen Z.
Gen Z.
They're right there at the breaking point.
Okay, so yeah, it's just funny. So she was totally just like mortified. So the other day, she had one of her friends over, and they're listening out. They had some music, whatever, playing. I walked in. I was like, it's like, oh man, that's the vibe right there. They're like, no, don't say that.
That's fire. You know what?
I'm like, why? Like it is. They're like, you're not allowed to say that.
No. It's as if you cursed. They just treat you like you just showed your age by saying fire.
Yeah. Well, vibe is what they're using. She's like, oh, that's the vibe. Like what? You can't, like your dad's hip. What can I say? It's but I like to read up on it and then just use them in
it's hilarious.
Random conversations. Like when Sigma was the thing, I was like, oh, that's so Sigma.
Oh yeah.
They're just what? Don't ever say that.
And it changes. I mean, so what I thought was interesting when millennials first kind of came about is it was shorter communications, but it was also they still use the words that we used.
Yeah. Right. They're getting older.
They're getting older, but when millennials first came on, they used the words that we do. They just shortened them, and they used emojis.
Right.
Whereas Gen Z then took it to a different level in that they just changed the fucking words.
Yeah.
Like sus. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
I got to learn a new language is basically what I learned there.
Anyway, useless research that I found interesting. I bookmarked it and I wanted to use it because I spent my time on it.
It's all about work, man. These people are going to be leading companies if they're not already. So, all right, let me tell you a little bit about Glassdoor's Employee Confidence Index.
Yeah.
Unsteady improvements. This is on Glassdoor.com. Burnout. Ryan, it's all about burnout. When we say do more with less, at one point, the rooster comes home to roost. And that's what's happening right now in their reporting. It's fascinating. Employees are talking to each other about burnout is way up. And that's one of the things that came out of the report is it's not you're suffering in silence. I have burnout. I feel stressed and anxiety, not getting paid, doing more work, blah, 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 blah. But normally that's almost an individual odyssey. what they found in this research is, now they're talking. Now they're talking to each other about being burnt out, and not good. Not good for companies. So we're going to see, there's going to be a breaking point here where they either reconcile this and get more employees, figure out ways to displace the work, or they're going to have to figure out how to deal with conversations around burnout at work. Like executives, this is a newsflash. If you're leading a company, you better have a burnout communication strategy. That's coming down the pike for you. So great research. Always love the stuff that Glassdoor does. Go take a look at it.
All right. Okay. I like this one too. I kind of like all my stories.
As you should.
A little bias here, right?
Yeah.
So the chatbot wars get personal. That's what I'm calling it. That's my my fancy line. So I found this one on Workforce News. So Mark Pfeffer had it on one of his newsletters that I came across on his Wednesday bulletin. So this is actually it's not research, but it's a really deep article. Like, it goes into detail, and it's really good. This is more Google versus Apple versus Samsung or Android, right?
Right.
It's about how the new release of Pixel 9 is more like a personal chatbot in your pocket.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And so how does this tie into work? Good question. This is about contextually aware communication.
Yep.
So that is kind of the marketing thing, right? Like right message, right time, right place, right? So how does it know? Because it's in your pocket. It hears you. It's your chatbot. It's your friend. It's your companion. So anyhow,
it's your buddy.
I'm trying to tie this into work as I'm reading through. Now, this article is not about work. This is about your phone, right? About production, efficiency, having your phone now be like schedule on your calendars, make your phone calls, like things you can still do today, but now it's like all tied into your stuff. And so it's not just about contextually, aware ads. It's actually going through your emails, summing it up for you, or going to your calendar, and I can say, Gemini, for example. Hey, Gemini, tell me, the 5 things I got to do in the next week that I need to prioritize. Things like that.
What have I promised people?
Right. Yeah. So based on my emails, based on my notes, based on the calendar. Now, if you can trust it is a different thing. But it will go and say, okay, here's what you're talking about. Here's your meetings. Here's what you need.
Right.
Pretty cool, right? So I thought, okay, well, how do we tie this back into work? Because candidates have phones, recruiters have phones, and a lot of the tools that we're using are on phones, right? In their apps. Anyway, personalized candidate experience is kind of where I'm landing on here. So I'm thinking like interview prep and onboarding are the two things that I can tie everything into that they're doing on this new release, which is pretty badass too, the phone. If you haven't, I would actually think about switching over to a Pixel 9, which is...
I promised myself that I wouldn't move to Google until the 20th iteration. By then, they'll have worked out...
You might be dead by then.
No. By then, they'll have it all worked out. But again, I'm going to wait because I think what you've unearthed here is, can you have a best-in-class app that's away from where people work? Like you and I work in Gmail, right? And you can turn on Gemini and it'll do all kinds, like you turn on a pane and it'll do all kinds of crazy shit for you, but you got to turn it on and you got to work in it. Now, if you're working in ChatGPT for doing stuff, so that's a separate app. That's a separate bit. It's not tied to where you're working. So this is going to be a game, and it is a war, no doubt, of where do you work the most and using the tools in which where you work. Like this is actually, this is Work Tech 101 type shit. You can have the best in class AI, but if it's off by itself, now you're driving users to go use it off by themselves.
Right.
And if it's integrated with work, meaning it's where you already work, we work in a couple different apps, Monday, HubSpot, Hootsuite,
Whatever it is,
Gmail,
right.
whatever the stack is, the more that we use the AI products that are embedded in those tools, the more we'll use them.
Yeah. Well, what I liked about the Pixel 9 bit is that it's the new release, and I haven't used it. I've just seen the videos of it.
Yeah.
But it's reading your screenshots. It's reading your emails. So when you take a screenshot, for example, benefits, right? You take a screenshot of your benefits email or your benefit, like you're reading benefits, like, oh, I need that screenshot. It goes away. So it has the ability to now recall that based on what you're doing. So if I'm in an email, and I'm talking about benefits because you, as my boss, email me or my HR partner emailed me and says, hey, we need to get your benefits squared away, it's going to go back and say, hey, here's what you were thinking when you did this. It's going to pull that information back up for the employee to be able to do that. And interview prep. I mean, it literally does all this stuff today on the phone on the new release.
I'm a huge fan of Google Lens. I use Google Lens all the time. So because when you take a picture of it, of anything, you can take bug, bird, fish, whatever, a consumer product, it's integrated into search.
Yeah.
So the image is then recognized, and then it then pulls up the articles or whatever that's related to it, or where you can buy it. So I think this is that thing that Google has on people is they've got 20 years of search history. That's already
I do like, going back to that original conversation we had earlier, I do, when I use voice to text or voice search now on Google, I didn't like in the beginning Gemini throwing its thing up front. Now I like it because it's actually been relevant and real. Like I've stopped fact checking it, which I don't know if it's a good thing, but I stopped fact checking it. I did in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, anywho,
let's do the F.
Let's talk about some more money.
Bandana empowers workers and gives them the tools and resources to take the control of their work and their lives. Raised $8.5 million just on TechCrunch. Let me read the mission of this platform is to rejuvenate the working class of America by making it really easy for them to find better jobs and then, in the long term, better livelihoods. Great mission. God bless them. Like, good luck to Bandana because this is what they're trying to do, and $8.5 million to them. So
it'll help them get there. I don't know how they're doing all that.
No,
but I did go to their site. And I did run through some job search, kind of like see, because they say a lot. But it's actually, if I were to look for a job, I would go up to Bandana. I definitely would. It's the pay's front and center, the benefits are front and center, like all of the important things are required. They're there, and it's so easy to search. I can search based off of minimum, maximum salary per hour. Benefits, like it's all right there, and it just pulls the job. So if something's very important to me, I don't have to look for a job based on title. I can say, maybe I'm a frontline worker. I don't care if I work at Walmart, Target, or a manufacturing facility.
Right.
Doesn't matter. I need a salary. I need these benefits, and it gives it all.
It's trying to balance both those things. Because every job board, in the history of job boards, will say, "We can help you find a better job."
Yeah.
Faster, we could do that. They're actually saying, yes, we can do that, and through this process, a better life.
Right.
That's, first of all, that's an aspirational goal, and it's fantastic to hear someone actually try to help with that. So, good luck to them.
Okay, VoiceLine raises $2.6 million in a seed round. So this is a Munich company in Germany. Startup offers smart voice messaging. It's a smart voice messaging platform for remote and hybrid teams. So I think it's their tagline. I saw it somewhere on there. Tap, speak, done. Like that's what they say. So it's actually pretty slick. I was looking at it and went and did some research on and saw like a video demo of kind of what they're doing. So this is a work by voice platform that lets you talk to your calendar, take your notes all through voice. and it integrates into your CRM. It parses it all out. It does its deal.
That's
you can
cool.
run email through it as well. Basically, all of your essentials. So this is a sales tool. A lot of sales companies are using this. This is kind of where their focus is. But I think this crosses over into the world of recruiting. So if you haven't heard it, you heard it here. And when they come into recruiting, it was my idea. Just saying.
Brian, yep. I think you're going to like this one a lot. Companion Protect. National Pet Insurance and Wellness Administration.
How do I get to the next one? Is it
Companion Protect?
Jeez,
National
Louise.
Pet Insurance and Wellness Administrator.
For the record, I have pets. I love my dog. I love my fish. We have a little beta fish that I overfeed, and it's big.
She doth protest too much.
Yeah. What is just the thought of pet insurance?
Hey,
that's just whatever. Anyway, go ahead.
Let me see if I can switch. First of all, they raised $20.25 million.
That's because it's important.
That's exactly right. So here's the thing that I think I've finally, it's because we've laughed about pet insurance for years. However, it's finally clicked for me that this is emergency things that come up for families, right? And so this is not something you plan for. And so pet insurance is a way to mitigate, like you have car insurance. You get into a fender bender and you're not out $6,500. You pay whatever you need to pay, and it gets taken care of. No, not a lot of families are thinking about the emergency fund as it relates to their pet. So I think that's why it's a real benefit to employees, because it's an emergency cost driver.
Right.
And so it makes sense. Like if we could just get away from the pet insurance part and just go, it's an emergency expense.
Right.
Related to pets.
And it's
an emergency. Yes. But I definitely did caveat it with Ryan rolls on at the point.
I don't hate pet insurance. We don't have pet insurance.
No.
We could have used it in the past. Yes.
100%.
100%. This goes back. This is more of an inside joke between us, where our first episode at a live event one time was nationwide pet insurance.
Yeah.
And it just took me by surprise that was.
You're like, we're going to talk about this? This is what we're going to talk about?
How do we talk about this for an hour? And gosh darn it, you did it.
I know.
You did it. So, anywho.
Pet insurance. All right, what do you got?
I've got an interesting one here. This is a human reasoning company. It's called Cosign. They landed $2.5 million. So they're based in London and San Francisco. And they're developing human-like autonomous AI software developers. So, yes, this is happening everywhere, right? Like, tools are doing this. What's different here is they are specifically working on human reasoning. So the ability for the AI to reason as a human and understand what's true, what's not true, and do things based off of what's happening, right? So anyhow, this is a London. I said that London, San Francisco startup. Interested to see where this goes. This whole category just fascinates me.
Are we sure that the pronunciation of their name is Cosign?
That's how I say it.
Well, it's Cosine. Cosign? I don't know.
Cosign.
It could be.
Could be. That sounds.
Well, there's somebody's going to figure it out. Text us, email us, let us know like how the pronunciation goes on that. Yeah. I love the bit though. You're right. Yeah. I like the reasoning. All of it makes sense. There's
I guess it's the Boston something or other where they do all the robots and they do athletics and stuff. There's one with a football player and then another with a soccer player. And I thought it was fake, but it's not. It's actually legit. I went and checked it out where they're playing soccer. Yeah. They're playing football. And it's actually really interesting to watch them. Like if you just put a human skin, an exoskeleton around the robot,
you wouldn't know.
You would not know. The movements are so realistic.
Megatron was before his time.
Yeah, no.
Turns out.
100%. Go for it.
All right, last but not least, RX Save Card allows employers and their employees to integrate an array of cost containment strategies into one integrated navigation and payment experience, raises $1.7 million. Found us on Galveston News, but I'm sure, of course, it's everywhere that you would find these types of stories. So RX Save Card. So anything that makes getting scripts easier and potentially cheaper is a great idea. Like, I'm down. And this is a seed round for them. So that's why the money is small money, 1.7. So keep going. This is one for us to watch because, again, the prescription industry is one to be fixed, both cost-wise as well as accessibility. So good for them. Congratulations.
Love it. All right. That's it. We're good.
Have we barfed?
That's it, man. We got it all. So thank you all for watching, for listening. If you are watching us wherever you're listening, like, subscribe, give us a rating, follow. That'd be fantastic. Until next time.